Presidential election aside, Republicans appear poised to regain control of the United States Senate. Politico reporting Republican challenger Tim Sheehy has amassed a whopping 16-point lead over incumbent Jon Tester in Montana. If you add that highly likely GOP pickup to the near certain Republican win in West Virginia, where Joe Manchin is retiring, and well, even the liberal arts major that I am can do the math in a Senate where Dems hold a precarious 2-vote advantage. Panel, in the old days when compromise was still a working concept, divided government could actually be a good thing, but this evolving scenario could just mean more stalemate if Harris wins, or carte blanche for Republicans if Trump wins and holds the House. Your thoughts, Holly Hansen?
Well, Montana's been one of those interesting states for a long time, right? They'll send a Republican or a Democrat, and it's always puzzled me why Tester has hung in for as long as he has. So that's not surprising. But, you know, whether or not Republicans take the Senate is still yet to be determined. But, you know, some of us think that having some stalemate sometimes in Congress is a good thing. We don't want them to just rush into whatever is the policy du jour, where everybody's, you know, emotionally backing whatever policy based on whatever event happened in the news yesterday. So we do want the brakes on. We do want some negotiation, but at the end of the day, we do want some solutions too, and that can be frustrating when we talk about border policy and some of these economic policies.
King, good thing, bad thing, Republican control of the Senate?
Well, I like divided government, frankly, and I think they need to keep checks on each other, and it looks like that's what we're going to have, because I think the Republicans are going to take the Senate. Montana, they're going to win that. They're going to win West Virginia, and they've got to defend Pennsylvania and Ohio, which are both very close races, so they could even lose one or two of those seats. I will say there's a very interesting race everybody needs to pay attention to in Nebraska. That's everybody considers a safe Republican seat, but there's an independent running in that race, and a poll came out last week that shows it at a dead heat at 39 apiece.
They have runoffs?
And no, not in any federal race. So in that seat, the independent is a former Democrat, but he left the Democratic Party over sort of their social agenda, but has sort of economic policies, and so he's very much a populist. When you listen to him, he sounds a little bit like Trump on economic policies, high tariffs and all this kind of stuff, and so it's resonating with a lot of people in Nebraska. So watch that race, because it might be quite interesting.
I'm betting Marcus Davis does a little studying on this.
I definitely will do.
Gary, thoughts on Republican prospects in the Senate?
Well, as we stand here today, and the election's still not till November, I think the Republicans do take control of the Senate. But the worry that if they have a narrow margin, that it's going to mean that if Trump gets elected president, he's going to get his whole agenda put in is ridiculous, because there are moderate, to be called liberal Republicans in the Senate. Lisa Murkowski, Senator Collins, and possibly others who are going to vote how they vote. And in fact, there's another race in Maryland where the former governor, running as Republican and did not endorse Trump, is a moderate liberal. I think he can win that race too, but he will be independent. He'll vote how he feels.
Hey, and the real prospect of Majority Leader John Cornyn, perhaps.